Am I tripping?
Oh, wait, are you reacting to the chapter right now?
Yeah, I just got done reading it.
Oh,
What
okay,
did,
okay.
what did you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm kind of confused what's going on right now. Like,
What the fuck was that?
like
It was-
I'm I'm not really sure if this is like a form he just like randomly created or if like this is like a form he already knew. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's like it seems like he can only do it if he eats a lot of food or something.
I think so too. I don't know though. I think
And
I think maybe it's just stronger if he eats a lot of food. You know what I mean?
it's like it's like what he said, Tank Man full form, right? That's what he said. Tank Man full form. I didn't get that at all. I didn't understand that shit. It's it's
Maybe,
it's like
maybe that just means that like the more he eats, like the more like oh like you know what I mean? Like say he only eats like a certain amount, he's like tank tank man 50% or something like that. You know what I mean?
so this one his normal tank mode isn't this big. This is
Yeah,
his full version.
that's exactly yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even this is Tank Man. What the hell did he do? Right? Did he just absorb him then shoot him out? Like what is that? What is this? We, what did you rate the chapter?
Probably like I gotta give it a 10 just for new form.
Oh wow. Oh no. This does not get a 10 from me. Oh no. Oh no. I mean they explained the biscuit thing where Nami used her water. Um and then I guess water drains the hockey as well from the biscuits, right?
Yeah, that's actually weird because people were saying stuff like that, like Nami was gonna counter the biscuits by using her water stuff, and I was like, "Oh man, you're retarded. Shut up." But
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I guess that's actually what happened.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that's gonna happen. But then she actually did it. So I guess her water nullifies hockey because he was using hockey on the biscuits before, right?
Maybe he just well, they've been fighting for like 11 hours or something like that, right? So maybe he just ran out of hockey, or not ran out of it, but he's like trying to preserve it.
Yeah. So I was reading the chapter. It said like it looked like he was wheezing. Was it Cracker or Luffy? Because it looked like Cracker was wheezing a little bit. So maybe he was tired because it was like wheeze wheeze, and then Cracker said something. So I think Cracker could have been tired.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I think it looks like he's squeezing right there.
I mean, for the most part, I have to give this chapter like a uh 8. Honestly, no, 7.5. 7.5. I don't know. The ending was just kind of anticlimactic. What? What?
I don't know. I think the form is actually pretty OP if you think about it, because he literally took a straight on attack from Yonko Commander, just like took it on. I don't know.
I mean, he did take Yonko Commander head on, but are you satisfied with that ending?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping.
I mean, okay. The thing is, it's like it's One Piece. It's not Naruto. You know, like there's gonna be fights where it's just like completely ridiculous and like Luffy's fruit counters other person's fruit randomly. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of fights like that, like a Nell and stuff like that. I don't know.
I mean, that's true. Is that Master J in here? Muted as usual? But he said he would be here, so.
It's just like if you think about it, Luffy's fruit. Well, I guess not really counters, but it kind of does counter because you can eat a bunch of shit and then just fucking go into the tank form, and it's really strong. I guess I don't know.
I mean, it seems. I mean,
Makes me wonder why he didn't use this against Doflamingo though. Maybe he didn't have enough food or something. I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, what was. Is Tankman. I'm confused, being quite honest. I'm confused with this whole chapter. And it feels. I don't know. It just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel good, being honest. It doesn't feel good. The other parts of the chapter, though, Anji and Zeph, I wasn't really. What did you think about that?
I mean, I didn't really fucking care to be honest. Stuff like
Wait, so
stuff
you
like
give the
oh
chapter?
this. Well, okay, dude. The thing is like okay, maybe it's not a 10 out of 10. Maybe it's like a 9 out of 10.
Wait, was Master about to say something?
I'll be right back 1 second.
All right. Let me see what the chat is saying. Dofi could easily beat this tank shit, in my opinion. Why didn't he use Haki when he stabbed Luffy? And how didn't take out Nami? How could the homies even bother him? Like, why wasn't he attacking Nami? Like, why was he stop? Why was the homies even doing anything to him? He gave Luffy the energy source to stay in the fight. He couldn't even take out Nami. He was careless in the final attack. I think Crackers didn't use the fighting that long. So after a long fight, he's kind of messy. It's a good point. I didn't need an explanation for the chivalry part of Sanji's life. They tried to slip that in there. Yeah, I was about to say how he couldn't get Nami. He used Haki to take his cutting attack and used the bounce of the form and shot him out. He used Haki to take his cutting attack and use the bounce of the form. Wait, how did he hold them in there, though? Luffy needed 11 hours to set that up. Subscribe to my channel, Brago. Think more to subscribe, bro. Think more to subscribe. But don't. Cracker didn't even aim for the not hockeyed up part of Luffy's body. Yeah, that's weird. Devil Leg actually sent your PM. He cut a giant tree, so he's fighting everyone. Yeah, so Cracker was essentially fighting everyone, but still, though, why he didn't attack Nami? Were the homies that strong? I don't know. It said muscle control. I mean, this whole chapter was just baffling, being quite honest.
I didn't like it.
What did you think about it?
I'm just not a fan of the seducing woods.
I mean,
there's like a billion other things I'd rather be seeing right now.
I guess they had to end this part before they move on. You know, they had to kind of say, okay, this is done. Now we can get to the Big Mom stuff. Get to that whole part. Yeah. But they had to wrap this up. They had to end it.
And there's a break next week, man.
Wait, say that again? I didn't hear that.
There's a break next week.
Oh, yeah, there is a break next week. There's a break next week. I mean, underwhelming, man. Personally, I think it's underwhelming. How Gorgeous asks, am I disappointed with Cracker's defeat? I am. Nami would have been a liability against Doflamingo. No. Well, the thing is, it goes back to matchups because that rain, whatever it is, isn't working on Doflamingo. I don't understand how water affects Haki.
Actually, if Nami takes away the clouds, he can't fly.
I mean, they're fighting on land though. Doflamingo wasn't like.
Well, when the Gear 4 happened, they were fighting in the air.
That's true. But then it's like nothing would stop him from taking her out, though. You know, like he would just take her out because Luffy would have to be defending her and fighting as well. There's a normal Tankman version as well. Yes, there's a normal Tankman version, I guess, but it's still, I don't know.
So we're underwhelmed.
And I'm back.
What do you think, Mason?
I liked it. Wasn't anything great, you know. It was cool.
So the ending, it was like
Do we think Cracker's finished?
I mean, he looks like he's done.
I hope so.
I think he's done for now, definitely. I don't know if he's necessarily defeated, but he's definitely, you know, rocketed off again.
I feel like
he kind of has to be, just because of the fact that the party's already started, right?
Yeah.
It's about to start because they were all leaving for the party in this chapter.
It kind of feels like Luffy trolled his way to a victory here.
I just like the thing that doesn't make sense to me is like, so did the way, I don't know, like they just did the same fucking thing for 11 hours. Like Cracker just kept on making biscuits, and like I don't get it.
But why didn't Cracker take Nami out?
Yeah, like, why did he
by the trees? I think, right?
The tree
literally like, why did he just do the same exact fucking thing for 11 hours? He should have been like, I don't get it.
Oh my god, I don't know. That was pretty bad.
Shouldn't he
that
have
was
like
bad to me.
Try to do some melee shit?
It's just like if you can create infinite biscuits, there's no way the tree should be able to stop you.
Well, I mean, he might have been trying. Luffy probably was dodging and shit like that.
Well, get it while Luffy was running away. Go to fucking Nami. You'll know where Nami is because the tree will be there.
I don't know.
But you know,
yeah, it's, people wanted some Gear 5 or some badass power up, and people got disappointed because you didn't get it. That's why it's underwhelming.
You know, I didn't want Gear 5 at all. I think that would have been way overkill.
They said, you guys are acting like Luffy wasn't right there. You think that Luffy's just gonna stand there and watch his baby mama get killed?
His baby mama.
The thing is, though, it's like,
Luffy was struggling with the clones. You could have just like went after Nami where he was doing that.
yes, if Luffy's struggling with the clones this whole time, it's like he could hold off the clones and protect Nami and run away. Nami was weakening them with her water as well. A clone to be able to take out Nami, but then the homies were there, and
Yeah,
then
but
he said
Cracker
the
was
homies were listening to whatever Nami was saying.
Cracker was obliterating the trees with his presence.
You said what?
What is that?
What is that? The Master J.
Yeah, that's a message, Jay.
You testing his mic after 3 years? Anyways,
Something like that.
what you say? What you say?
Cracker was
Something like
obliterating. Cracker was obliterating trees with his presence.
They said we need to know how soft his clones are after water. But since the big question is, how did Luffy run away with that size? How was he even able to run away if he's that big?
Who knows, man?
Yeah, I give the chapter 7 out of 10. A 7, and I think that's probably a bit much. What do you guys give the chapter? No, Fruit said 9 out of 10. Fruit.
I don't know. Hard to say. I was pretty hyped about the new form. I'm not gonna lie.
It didn't move me at all. Maisie, what do you think?
Shit.
Out of 10.
7.5 maybe. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. I don't know. Damn, this chapter.
Like, definitely the new form was awesome to me, but I also think the new form probably maybe could have been a little more creative and cooler. But just the confirmation that there's more forms is cool.
Yeah, I guess this is progression for the story as well, that we're done with the seducing woods, I guess, for a moment. But then they did show the chopper stuff, so I think that's where we go next. They're gonna wrap up the chopper and relay stuff.
That shit was actually hella funny.
Oh yeah, I also think Bropper is very significant because that's what Carrot's gonna be calling him from now on after she joins the crew.
So you still on the Carrot join crew hype?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You say Cracker is probably not defeated. Is Cracker defeated? I think so.
Well, he's definitely gone.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's defeated, bro. That was like a King Kong. That was like stronger than a King Kong punch, probably.
You think so?
Yeah.
How?
He blasted through all of his soldiers like super hard, like instantly.
That's what I'm saying. How was he able to? Just because he ran into Luffy, Luffy took the shock and then sent it back at him. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I guess
It was like a
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just reflects attacks onto you. You know what I mean? Like it reflects the damage. That's what it is. And since he used one of his strongest attacks, he just use it on himself.
They said,
Where'd those
progression at the cost. What was that?
Where'd those ball and chain on Bropper and them come from?
A ball and chain? I didn't even notice that. What page was that?
They were always on them. Relay put them on when she put her in the mirror world.
I'm looking at it now. Wait, what page was that?
I don't know. It's when Brulee's chasing them.
Hey, Jade.
Yeah, and that Sanji stuff, I didn't care for it at all. Honestly, I didn't. It's just like flashback. Oh, okay. Yes, I see now. Brulee chasing him with her scythe. Yeah, that was all right. That was all right. Overall, an okay chapter.
I like
just an okay.
I do find it interesting that Reiju said she wasn't going to help Sanji anymore, though.
I don't believe that.
Well, there's got to be some sort of uncertainty and conflict. She's not just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you escape right now."
Yeah. So I think eventually she's gonna step in, because they're going towards the wedding and everything. So shit is gonna hit the fan sooner rather than later, because we're wrapping up the Stews and Woods now. So then hopefully it's not too much of the mirror world stuff. But then we're on break next week, so who knows what's gonna happen with that. But
I wonder what the power level of the giant German kitty is.
The kitty? The power level of They said not only did he reflect the damage, he sent him through multiple hard soldiers.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I guess.
I actually didn't even notice that. I honestly read it on my phone. I haven't read it again on the computer.
So what happened to the scar on Luffy's chest? Did you guys remember? That wasn't there? Or was that intentional? Because I mean, you couldn't really see. You couldn't really see much though. Like
I mean, maybe it's covered up by hockey. Was it on his chest when he used Gear 4 or no?
I don't think his chest was covered on Gear 4. Yeah, I think the scar was still open in Gear 4. Oh. But I mean, I don't know. It's a fucking scar.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed in that Tankman full mode or whatever. He had a lot of like a huge portion of his body was covered by hockey, which is kind of impressive. But since his body's so big, like a large portion of his chest wasn't in hockey.
Yeah, maybe that's probably the drawback of it. You can't use it as long because it uses way more hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it and it looks like the hockey was covering the scar. It looks like. Then again, I don't know. You should still see some.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's an error because the scar's on his chest.
You should see the scar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just a drawing error.
Yeah, you should be able to see the scar. Said, how would Nami know that Cracker is Big Mom's right-hand man? Wait, she did say that, didn't she?
Yeah, but that's like just probably one of those translation things.
Yeah, it's probably like associate or something. Because if Cracker's the right-hand man of Big Mom...
Well, the thing is the commanders are all supposed to be the right-hand men of Yonko, you know what I mean? Like, they're all supposed to be...
Yeah, I think he means like you're one of like, her associates. But, Jesus, that, I don't know. Could Luffy beat like, is Luffy taking out like Jozu or somebody like this, you think?
Who?
Nah, I think Jozu would be able to tank the man shit with his diamond, right?
Jozu wouldn't fit in there.
What, Jozu versus who?
Tankman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's matchups too, because Cracker did say he can't really take damage.
Yeah, exactly. He probably does way more damage than he can take. Like, I mean, like if there was like if we were gonna rate it, he probably does like 95 attack and like he has like 40 defense or something.
Well, no, he is a very defensive person, and that's why he can't take damage.
Yeah, but he didn't have hockey on his body when he took that attack, and if he's defensive, it's not because he's like a tank; it's because he like plays defensively with the soldiers.
A little different because it's like external defense, not him himself.
Yeah,
he's an interesting character.
One guy shot break a leg. Is that some foreshadowing? I don't get it. I want to see more of that Germa cat though. Like he's talking about a fucking Germa cat. Said Jozu would tank a King Kong gun. Probably.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Said Tankman versus Jozu. Nobody knows when so one attack. Hockeyed up Diamond Jozu is OP.
I wonder if he'll have. I don't know if like a color of hockey is significant, but I feel like Diamond hockey might look weird.
Maybe.
I'm wondering. So, like, what is the use of Tankman if you know what it does?
What do you mean?
Okay, so like, say Cracker doesn't get killed for this, and he gets back up, and he's like, okay, now all I need to do is just not hit him. Like, can Luffy use offensive attacks in that mode? Is what I'm trying to say, basically.
Oh, you mean can Luffy use any offensive attacks? I doubt it. I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying. His offensive.
Yeah, but how do you deal with it, even if you know what it does?
You just don't hit him.
This is why didn't Cracker aim for the part of his body that wasn't hockeyed up.
Yeah, or that. Well, I don't think that part really matters that much. I think the hockey is just to like keep the like air inside of him. You know what I mean? Right? Isn't that what the point of it is? I don't know.
But it seems like
that's a theory.
It changes the texture. Like it's like it serves a purpose to completing this form. So it's like for it to just not be a factor, you know, as far as if you bypass it, it's I don't know.
Yeah,
Because it's
I
a
don't know.
small part was I don't know. Cracker seemed kind of overconfident too. So he kind of charged and was like, "Let me just finish this."
I don't know why,
But
but I kept getting the vibe that like I don't know. I just kept expecting Luffy to just compress like all the food or something, just like compress and get powerful.
but I mean, like so he like uses it. Somebody made a theory about it. I think it was King of Lightning.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where he could use all of it to basically create something.
Nah,
I don't know.
it was like when he eats food, it like increases his healing powers and shit like that. Like that.
So maybe he healed his scar.
I don't know about that.
He healed his scar. There you go. Luffy said, "Yo, Kaido, wait for me to eat 11 hours worth of food and I'll kick your ass."
Yeah, exactly right.
That's what I said.
Imagine that happens.
So read chapter.
Luffy just goes into Tankman and
Bow Wow
like
said, read chapter 6-7. Luffy foreshadowed Tankman and PH Punk Hazard when he said to reflect attacks with 2 times the damage. Do you guys remember that? Chapter 667, One Piece.
Nope, but I'm going to it right now.
Yeah, pulling it up. One Piece chapter
Who did he
6.
say it to?
Let's see. Fuck. One Piece chapter 667. Fuck. Wait, Fubi found it.
Yeah, I'll look for it right now.
Hold up. Saying Reiju and Ichiji. Wait, Reiju. I missed it. Gear 4 subordinate Yonko level. I think so. That gear looks full defensive. So Luffy wasn't eating for the entire 11 hours. He did a constant cycle of fighting, running, and then eating. But how can he run away that fat? It wasn't continent level. When would Luffy think to make this form while training? Just eat for 10 plus hours and say, "Hey, I'll go gear 4."
I thought he made it up on the spot.
Oh, so that's the question I wanted to ask you guys. Tank mode. Do you think that he had this in his head already, like he developed it already, or it was just a situational and spontaneous?
I'm thinking he developed it already. I think he has multiple, like 3 forms. I think he has 3 forms gear 4.
I thought he did like that one movie he did on Arlong with the pinwheel. Like he just made it up.
Which one? You think he just? I mean, he said full form, right? He said full version.
Well, he kept saying like I'm
Man,
going to use my fullness against you. So I think full was like talking about his fullness.
I mean, I
full
did
form.
expect him to have a defensive form, but I didn't expect the defensive form would be what would take down Cracker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't expect that. It said, considering there's the strongest, Jozu full body hockey would look like black diamonds. Nobody's tanking King Konga except for the Yonko and Admirals. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know that thing.
I found it's page 12 of Manga Panda, by the way.
Hmm?
It's page 12 of Manga Panda. The thing I was talking about.
Link it through.
Yeah.
Well, Jozu could probably take a King Konga and shake it off. I don't know. I think King Konga is like slightly overhyped. Like, saying King Konga, only Yonkos and Admirals are tanking King Konga? Really?
I mean, it is pretty fucking strong, bro. Split an entire city in half.
Well, didn't Sai like split like something with his kick?
Yeah,
he made a hole in the ground, but it wasn't like near the level of what Luffy did.
Luffy did have all that momentum though.
Bro, just look at the thing again. He literally like the entire island caves in on itself. It's crazy.
So it really taught me that just reflecting things and simply defense is a sloppy way to fight. What?
Said I can bounce each single bullet attack at that
Back.
bullet back. Yeah. Attack.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. The Tankman probably even multiplies it by like.
Yeah, it probably multiplies it. So it's like a counter.
Yeah, exactly.
So this could be, I think his final Gear 4 form could be a combination of like.
That would be sick.
Where it's like, if you hit him, you just feel like the I don't know, the impact.
Yeah,
Just,
that'd be cool if you could, if it's maybe Gear 5th or I don't know, like either Gear 5th or like Gear 4th, say like Ultimate form. You know what I mean? Later on in the story is when he combines all of the Gear 4th forms. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope if you could do that. I mean, this is. Hey, wow, it was foreshadowed back then.
I don't know if that's
Wonder how
necessarily foreshadowed, but
I mean, it's like I don't know. It seemed like it's just one of these things that Luffy was just like, all right, I'm gonna just try this since I'm so big. Since I'm this big and I've done like Fusen before, I'm just gonna call it Tankman, the full version.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
See, the thing is, it makes me think that
Start talking
he
about-
makes me think that he knew about the Tankman because he calls it full version. You know what I mean? Like, why would he call it full version if it's
Yeah.
just some random shit that he created?
This is why we're not talking about other stuff in the chapter. What else happened in the chapter?
Well, I got the impression that
That
Tankman was developed, and then full version was just like a gimmick. But I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing else happened in the chapter was what we got? Just Reiju talking to Sanji
Yeah.
for the most
What
part.
do you think that mask is relevant?
Mm.
Nah.
Mm,
It's just showing the technology.
yeah.
Technology and a way to resolve an issue.
I do think it was pretty interesting. I wonder. I don't think that's something only the Vince books can use, right? Like, you can put that mask on anyone, right?
I'm sure.
You mean like it didn't just work on Sanji because he's
Ooh, that's a good point.
That's what I was
Because
saying.
it's-
Like, because when I saw that, I was like,
structure,
"Oh
maybe.
shit! Does he have an exoskeleton?" Because you know that they did like something weird like that on Sanji, but then it didn't seem like you had to have like an exoskeleton for it to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that could play a part in it, where it's like not just anybody can do it. Is it tanking? It means to take it and then take no damage at all. What? Is that what tanking mean? If you take no
Yeah.
damage at all?
I mean, kind of.
well, tanking.
wouldn't say
just
no
means
damage
at
being
all. Endure it,
able
right?
to take
That's
damage,
right?
I would say tanking is like taking little damage, not no damage.
or
Like,
just being able to take damage. I don't know. Like in video game terms, it's
Yeah,
like
I feel like it's enduring. Like, I don't
Oh,
know if it's
yeah.
taking.
the tank is the one who takes all the damage and still lives.
Yeah,
They're just durable.
yeah. I don't taking no damage. I don't know about that. It's if it means doing no damage at all, then no one tanks anything.
yeah, exactly.
I think it's enduring. Like, if you can endure,
Yeah.
it means you take the attack and still fight. Yeah.
I mean, I guess, like, how do you guys think the mirror world thing is going to play out? Oh, yeah, we did learn something important this chapter that we've been discussing, like, wondering how it would work. Like, they can see through the mirrors. Like, other people can see through the mirrors. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Were they seen through the mirrors, or were Chopper and them like running out of the mirrors?
Nah, because you can
Mhm.
you can see that, like, in the thing, it's like them running. Okay, if you go to page 7 on Manga Pen, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're just, like, running, and, like, they're, like, looking behind them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. So like all the Brulee's mirrors, all the mirrors that they're connected to, you can see inside of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm assuming that you can also see out of them.
So
kinda
are they
weird.
they're gonna run past the mirror that's in the carriage or something, and see Sanji?
Well, I don't know. What was Chopper's plan, actually, now that I think about it?
Fucking- it was Chopper saying, "Quit scurrying around, Bropper. I can't run much longer." It's funny how Carrot is saying she can't run much longer.
Well, I mean,
That's-
they've been running for like 12 hours with these giant-ass
That
chains
is
on them.
true.
We don't
That's
know how-
ridiculous.
we don't know.
I don't
how-
know. Why do you think Oda does this? Where he just has these long ass fights, like 10
I mean, it's
days,
just-
5 days.
It's just to like, how do I explain it? Like, show differences in power level, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I-
if the fight goes on for a long time, that should mean that they're close, right?
no. I mean, like higher end fights. He's just trying to
Oh,
say
okay.
that like they're both like so like powerful that like I don't know.
But,
I guess it's to make it more epic too.
Yeah, and in this
Ooh.
case, I think it was for time management.
I don't know.
Kind of like Majora's Mask or whatever. It's like 3 days.
You know, because like when we first heard about the Akainu fight, we were like, "What the fuck? 10 days? They've been fighting for 10 days? That's so cool!" And yeah, I don't know.
But when you really think about it, it's like, how the fuck do you fight for 10 days? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, when you go to
They
the
must
bathroom,
have just been doing the same thing over and over, like Luffy and Cracker.
yeah, I think it was like a truce to like, all right, at 6 o'clock when the sun goes down, we're just gonna, go to our own corners and come back again at 6 in the morning.
like the fucking giants.
Yeah, pretty much. Why was Sanji chilling with his bros like they didn't put him on the ropes? I mean, at that point, he had no choice
Yeah,
but
he
to.
doesn't have a choice. I'm
Yeah,
kind of wondering if Sanji has some type of plan or something.
I think at this point he's probably.
He said he was gonna get out by himself. So what the fuck?
Sanji always
is
has
he
a
gonna
plan, though.
I
He
think
said
he has a
was gonna get
plan,
back. Didn't he
but a
say
part of
he
me thinks like he's just like, all right,
No.
I just got to do this right now.
I don't think he has a plan, personally.
Well, because he said he was gonna come back. I mean, you could have just said that he was
Yeah,
lying.
but he
but-
didn't expect to have Zeph's life in danger and his hands handcuffed and everything else.
I mean, I find that hard to believe, though.
What?
Why?
He wouldn't expect something like that. You know, he
Well, why
knows
do-
about the Vin Smokes and Big Mom. Like,
Yeah, what did Vito
Yeah, but-
whisper in his ear?
I don't know. He still had like the super shocked expression, and we don't
The
even
only thing
know.
that is Zeph. That's what they're, because you said it was just Zeph. That was Rage. You said it was just Zeph. Why would you come back? It was just him. So it's like that's how they kind of convinced him to come back after Vito whispered that thing in his ear. So I'm thinking it's Zeph. But I mean, I don't know why he would go through all that for Zeph, because you would think more people would know about like his origin. I don't know why I don't know.
I don't know. I personally think Sanji's just confident that he doesn't necessarily have a plan, but he's going to free wing it. Like when the bomb blows up, he's going to seize an opportunity. He's quick to think, as displayed by when he held Caesar hostage inside of Capone.
I just think it's foolish for Sanji to think that he would just be able to escape without a plan in Big Mom's island with the Vin Smokes there. Like, he
Yeah.
has to have something in mind.
Yeah, it's possible he has some like secret, kind of like Dofi to the Celestial Dragons.
True.
Something, I don't know.
Said Tankman will be used against Weevil.
Yeah.
What if putting Sanji's face is like, never mind. Nobody really is tanking King Kong gun at his age. Carrot is weak as fuck. Wait. Big Mom is getting the bomb probably next chapter. The parting of gifts is happening. Is it?
I would love another carrot fight. To me, carrot fights are like the closest to like Luffy fights.
The Carrot is savage.
Super physical.
It says the parting of gifts is happening. Where is that? I didn't see that.
Oh yeah,
was
that's
like
like
That's what they're going to.
I think it was when it's like after the Zeph flashback.
so that's actually pretty significant. That might happen in the next chapter or two.
When we get it, what 2 weeks from now? Fucking
Yeah, next chapters.
said Tai foreshadowed Tankman just by existing. What? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. Tai was like super against Gear 4 having multiple forms.
Oh, he did say he was against that.
Yeah, he was always talking about like some fucking commercial or something like that. I don't even remember. What he
Did you guys see One World's video where he's like, it might resemble a hippo? And he put a fucking troll
What?
face because he realized
What?
how retarded it sounds.
What did he say?
He was talking about the possible, like, because you know how he was saying how they're influenced from the animals?
Yeah.
Well, he was like, well, this gear, the tank mode kind of looks like a hippo, and then he put like the troll text face on the shows that it's quite a reach.
He's a fucking troll. So Capone told Sanji didn't know about Zephyr.
Well,
So why are you guys so confused about this chapter? We're not confused about the chapter. I don't know. We just thought it was okay. Oda shouldn't have made this fight comedy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's like.
I don't think this is comedy though.
That's
Is,
where
gear,
One
is
Piece is
normal Gear 4 comedy?
I mean, it's like half gear. It's like half comedy, half not comedy. Like,
It started off super raw, and then it's
Was Luffy
Luffy's fat.
versus Crocodile comedy?
I mean, it's just funny in general because like he's fat as fuck and he's just like, I don't know, like the form itself is supposed to look funny.
I mean, one of the funniest fights I've seen is what you call it, Frankie and Senior Pink.
Bro,
that
like
was-
I can't even. Okay, like I read the spoilers beforehand. I can't even imagine how hard I would be laughing if I just read Gear 4 Tankman. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I mean?
This
Like,
fight kind of reminded me of Luffy versus Crocodile with the water. If hockey didn't exist, water would be key to defeating like so many things, devil fruit users and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wonder why Magellan had the dire side effects from his fruit. Have we seen anything else like that? A side effect from your fruit. I don't think. Well, the only thing we can go to is like personalities. That's the only thing. Where it's like, does your fruit affect your personality, or are you just drawn to the fruit like you were destined for it? Like with Kizaru, with him being so fast and his personality is just like so slow.
Yeah, that is actually a stark contrast, whereas a lot of other people actually fit with their double fruit.
Yeah, like it just seems to work. Like Doflamingo, he likes to control people, and he has the string fruit. Like it's just.
I mean, it's possible, but like I feel like it's just like Oda drawing the characters like that. Like, you know what I mean?
I can agree with you.
Like, I think he just likes drawing characters that relate with their double fruits.
Yeah, a cohesive theme.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The last 2 chapters of One Piece, I wasn't feeling. This chapter and last chapter.
What was last chapter again? I can't
remember.
Last chapter was a flashback, and
that's when we got the whole Reiju thing with Judge and
I think I liked that chapter.
It was alright.
Is that the one that was versus Nietzsche or no?
No, that was after the fact. That's when showing how he escaped.
It was when.
Oh, it was a flashback. Okay.
Yeah. He said Cracker only had one fucking idea on how to use crackers. Like he could have made anything out of crackers. He kept making it one giant.
Yeah, he said that he had so many different models and shit.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
You could have made like a biscuit Whitebeard.
Like I don't know, so many different things.
He could have made like a fucking huge umbrella out of biscuits to shield the things under it. I don't know. Anything.
This said, I'm fine with Oda making fights into comedy, but at least have them be logical first. I mean, the fight did start out great, like Devil Leg said. It started out really good.
Sorry.
It just, I don't know, transformed into this thing. What were you saying, Maisie?
I don't know. The one thing that's a little disappointing about Cracker, he's just like super overconfident, and like, if you're gonna be a good fighter, it doesn't matter how fucking, sorry for the language, how strong you are, but like, you need to be fucking smart. Like Dofi was smart. Like he didn't just go in like a new form. Go in like when he kicked, he saw that the elasticity was fused with the hockey, and then he like took note of that, maybe adapted in a way. I don't know. I just hope other commanders are actually smart in combat and not just super overconfident and a huge trope in themselves.
Yeah, it seems like if that's the case, that would suck. Because it's just like, oh, Crack was overconfident. It's like he seems to be like this, what you call it? Cracker just seems to be this veteran. That's how they've been playing it up, and then all of a sudden he falls into Luffy's trap like that. I don't understand that.
I mean, even Doflamingo was laughing at Gear Force at first. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah, but like he could have just attacked Luffy with one of his clones to test it out at least first.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but at the same time, like, you probably just thought like, okay, like I see like a huge opening, and I'm just gonna attack you and finish you off here, because they've already been fighting for 12 hours, and he knows the party's gonna be soon. He probably wanted to end it quick.
Right,
remember when Cracker just like cut through Gear 4 like butter though? That's probably what he was thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's trying to do it again.
Yeah, because he already cut through Gear 4's armament hockey like pretty well, and you see such a big form like that, you're obviously going to take the chance to just hit him.
Yeah. So when Luffy was in normal Gear 4th and Dofi kicked him, he still had the elasticity, but when he got cut by a Cracker, he was in Gear 4th and there was no elasticity. Maybe it was because it was his arm, but like, I don't know. I guess tank mode has just a lot more elasticity compared to his normal Gear 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Cause, I don't know.
So
because I was like, in his normal Gear 4th form, the sword cut him and the elasticity didn't take effect. But in the tank form, the tip of the sword hit his body and it should have pierced through it. But I guess there's just so much elasticity or something.
I want to see much more of this form. Like, I want to understand more about it because it seems really confusing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't get really much explanation from it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more than just reflecting shit.
That's what I'm saying.
More
Like,
the Tankman form.
yeah. Like, I want to understand like exactly what's going on with it. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to understand like how you're supposed to use this in a fight. Like,
It's like you see Kaido coming at you, Tankman. Then you absorb.
right,
Kaido.
and then he hits you once and it does a lot of damage. And then what?
Then
after
what?
that? Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe he's just gonna be able to shift between his like modes.
True.
You know, or like maybe this is him kind of testing things out to kind of combine all of it into one, like we discussed earlier. Where eventually it's like, if you hit Luffy at all while he's in Gear 4, it's not gonna affect him.
I'm thinking it'd be cool if he has like a Gear 4th form where it's like kind of like Gear 3rd, where it's just one attack. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
know
Do
what
you
I'm
think
saying?
do you think tank mode is like the size of Kaido?
no, it's not that big.
Looking at it,
big.
it's pretty big.
No, it's not.
Pause.
He's like Doflamingo
It's
size, like in height.
Dofi?
He's like
Yeah.
Doflamingo.
Well, regular Gear 4 is Dofi's height. Or a little bit taller, actually. But Dofi's the size of an admiral. Or a bit taller, like slightly taller. Dofi's slightly taller than that. So
I don't know. The thing is, it's like I don't really understand how tall Kaido is because in the anime he's like fucking so
Monstrous.
big. Yeah, but in
True,
the
man.
manga he doesn't look that tall.
like, isn't he bigger than Jack's like mammoth form when he's?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
What, in like the opening?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I know we can't take that as canon, but it's still kind of like you have to look at it. So
I thought Kaido was like Whitebeard sized.
yeah, that's what everyone thought, but it looks like in the anime he looks way fucking bigger.
Whitebeard was a good size, like bigger than an admiral though. Like how he towered over Akainu.
Yeah.
The admiral's huge. Said Nami's the only reason why Cracker got hurt. Yeah. I mean, she is. That's why I didn't understand, like, why you can't create like a small clone to kind of just sneak up and just take Nami out. Like, I don't. If you can create infinite clones, there's no way Nami should be able to do that. No way. I don't care if the homies were protecting her. That's
Trash.
and it is like that was just.
I mean, the homies took out Chopper. Hold on, we need to reevaluate their strength.
Or the trees. I guess. Nami did help a lot versus Cracker. I'm glad we didn't see the whole fight. Cracker spam clones all day. Yeah, that'd be boring. I don't know, man. What was the last serious fight we had was Luffy and Doflamingo, but that got interrupted. The last fight we had from beginning to the end was shit. What was the last fight we got, like beginning to end? Or was it a good fight? The last fight you guys remember? Is it the Rob Lucci fight?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, what were you saying?
The last
I was
fight
just about to say that.
to the end, where it was like no interruptions. It was just like brawling, where you could, it's
Warrior
outright.
fight or no?
Luffy
Huh?
versus Caesar, I think.
The Caesar one? Remember the Caesar that got interrupted?
Moria or no? I
Oh, is
can't
it like-
remember Moria.
Moria
Was
was like
Luffy
all-
or anybody?
I think it was
Just
Luffy.
Luffy?
Luffy.
Yeah.
Luffy versus Caesar.
I mean, but Caesar, was that a full? Did they fight? Because didn't he lose? At
Well,
first?
I mean, Luffy vs. Caesar wasn't it just a fucking one shot? Like, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. You said Virgo versus Smoker and Law. That
What about Horty Jones?
the Hody Jones fight. Yeah. Yeah,
Kinda.
I guess. I don't know. The fights haven't been that great. They haven't been that great.
Yeah. Like the reason I like
Luffy
the
versus
first part of the
Garza.
fight. Like I think I like the first exchange between Cracker and Luffy more than the second one.
Which one?
Oh, talking about with Gear
like-
4.
Oh, when
When they
he went and he used like organ and stuff.
Yeah, because I like seeing the micro exchanges and like how each move interacts with each other instead of this when they showed them this chapter it was basically just to
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it was basically just a one shot, and
show off the new mode and
Anime dragged out the Hody Jones fight he was fought in a manga. Sanji versus Doflamingo was beastly. I don't know.
It looked cool.
The last best fight we saw was Smoker and Virgo. I think.
Bruno and
Smoker and
Luffy.
Virgo fight. Huh? You said what?
Luno and Luffy.
Luno and Luffy?
Yeah.
Was that a fight?
That was a massacre. That was a massacre by Bruno.
Oh, you got massacred by Luffy, you're right? That's true. Bruno was a stepping stone. I tell you, Bruno is retired now.
I can't believe like
He's not. He's green
Rockstar
ball,
is,
man. Green
is
ball.
actually relevant.
Huh?
Do you guys remember that CP9 member that was like new that got wrecked by Frankie?
Nero.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna come
Yep.
back. Because like if Rockstar is still relevant, who knows? Maybe Nero will come back and like try to take down CP9 for shaming him.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sleep on him, bro.
Who, Nairo?
They said the fights have been getting better and better in One Piece. Have they?
Maybe in the anime, but in the manga, I haven't even seen that many full fights.
I mean, he has a point. Like, they have kind of been getting better. Like before
That's a lot.
Doflamingo, the fights are kind of shit. But like, I don't know. They're starting to get better. I think this will be
Nah,
the
the
lowest.
best-
I think from here on out, every fight is going to be amazing.
The best fight in One Piece was, a lot of people say, is the Rob Lucci Luffy fight. A lot of people say.
For me, like, there really haven't been a lot of fights in the New World yet, and hockey is still, in all things considered, a new concept. At least, like, and like Doflamingo versus Luffy was the first one where they kind of like explain the mechanics of hockey and stuff like that. So I think there's still a lot of potential that can happen.
I think for me is like I've never really cared for like fights as much as like people say they do. Like, I care about the story more than like fights and stuff like that. Like obviously the fights are amazing and stuff like that, but I can deal with there not being crazy fights all the time.
I don't know. I think the best fight was Sanji versus Jin.
What?
What do you mean? You're talking about eating.
Jin was about
Sanji versus Jin.
Yeah, you
That
know,
was a good fight.
Luffy versus Don Krieg.
I like the choreography between Zoro and Ryuma. That's my favorite fight.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight too.
Virgo
I'm a
versus
Sanji
Smoker.
fanboy.
I think the
Best
Smoker
ones
Law
out
fight
there.
was good.
Maybe a
Every
Book
Zoro
versus
fight
the
is-
Spiders.
Every Zoro fight is a top 10 fight.
Um,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Luffy, Usopp.
Zoro versus Mr. One was pretty cool. Even though
Yeah, I like that one too.
Luffy and Usopp is good.
I like Frankie versus that owl guy.
The owl
Who?
guy?
Nah, the CP9 dude with the zipper.
Oh,
fuck that guy.
That was annoying, man.
Khalifa and Nami.
Khalifa and Sanji. What a cut.
Wait, Theory Pharaoh, what do you guys think about the chapter?
It is what it is, man. Like,
I honestly thought everybody would be.
I was kind of. I don't know what to say about it. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. It's just neutral. But you know, overall, I think it's. You know, the story has to progress at some point. So, I think the Cracker going down now is a good thing, to be honest, because I want to see what's going on with the Tea Party.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, even if you didn't like how the fight progressed, you can at least appreciate the fact that it's fucking over and we can get past it.
I agree with that, but just somebody said in the chat, progression for the sake, or you sacrificing the plot for the sake of progression, and it's like, I don't know. It was just underwhelming, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I won't lie. It was underwhelming.
Because it's like he just held him in there with his stomach, and then he shot him out. And then you ended like
Yo, Cracker did not even use hockey, bro. Like,
that. Why? Like, why wouldn't he use hockey?
yeah, like I'm not. I saw the panel. It wasn't even black or anything. He just did a regular attack.
He used
Like,
hockey
what?
when he cut Gear Forth the first time, right?
Yeah, but the second time, this time he didn't use hockey.
So the sword was
It didn't
black?
seem like.
I don't remember.
It wasn't. I think it was just silver.
They said, "Come on." They said he used hockey. Did he?
No,
But then-
Well, I want to look in the panel of when he first cut Luffy in Gear 4.
But then someone asked, why didn't he attack the part of him that wasn't hockeyed up?
I don't think that matters, yo.
Hmm.
Like Luffy would still like block it with his hockey at
That's
the
what
end.
I
Of
was
the game.
saying.
It's the same with Gear Force when Doflamingo kicked Luffy in his like chest area. There was hockey.
But that part was hockeyed up too. But I mean, I guess.
Yeah, it's just maybe I don't know.
So Oda just wanted to end the fight.
I think Sawyer
Oh, he
was
didn't have
talking
the
about
stamina.
how.
He didn't have the stamina to use hockey.
You think this stuff was rushed? Like Oda was being rushed or something?
No, I feel like he planned this out the entire time.
Yeah.
Hello.
He kind
I
of
think- I think
Yo,
it was.
what's up,
It's
dude?
pretty obvious that he had like the multiple Gear 4 forms in his mind. You know.
hmm
And on top of that, like, made it so that like Luffy could eat the biscuits and become bigger and like make his
Yeah.
Tankman full form.
But you know what I find annoying about that though? He has a freaking a move called the cannonball, but then he doesn't actually do anything that resembles a cannonball.
He looks like a
Actually, I
fucking
think
cannonball.
that-
No, it's because
doesn't he like
the
shoot
enemy-
it out?
yeah, when
Cracker
he
is the cannonball.
yeah, exactly.
So he's, like,
Yeah,
shoots
Cracker's
the-
a cannonball.
The cannon out.
Like when he like in the manga, like when he's on a ship and he takes the cannonballs in with the balloon and he bounces
Yeah,
them
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it since he was pretty much already a cannonball because he had the full hockey and everything. Should have just threw it himself.
Through
Yeah.
himself.
I can't hear it. Theory.
What have we
Uh,
discussed so far?
Pretty much everything.
Wait, say it again. You're lagging out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we discussed so far.
Oh, you actually discussed. We talked about pretty much everything.
Yeah. We're just
Uh,
talking about random shit now.
Yeah. What do you
Well,
think about the chapter?
I thought, well, I read spoilers for once. So I'm
Why are
bit
you reading
annoyed.
spoilers?
Yeah, I got spoiled by just going on YouTube and.
I didn't get spoiled last night. Asha came into the stream and was like, "Yo, I was talking to Fu, but Luke wasn't informed." I was like, "What?"
Jesus.
Like,
But it
come
seems
on.
like it seems like a lot of people got spoiled this week.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Well, the reason I
That's
got
not
spoiled-
something you can kind of like hide though. Like everybody can be like, "Oh shit, new form next chapter." No. So,
Yeah.
did you like how it ended though?
Well, I didn't last chapter. You know when he was eating the biscuits. I did not like that at all because
I didn't.
it kind of came out of nowhere, and like when you really think about it, Cracker should have defeated him in those 11 hours because not only did he do the same thing for 11 hours because
That's what I'm saying.
it was proven this chapter that he didn't eat the crackers and then just absorb it and get his strength back and run away. It was he ate the crackers and remained in that fat form and ran away. Meaning Luffy couldn't really fight him for 11 hours, right? Meaning Cracker was just chasing him and Nami was the one holding him off. So then the question, and you go, okay, that's fair enough. Nami was like making the biscuits all wet, whatever. But then you ask the question, why didn't Cracker just get rid of Nami?
That's
It's like he's like a video game boss that is only programmed to do like 3 things.
Nah, hold up though. Like, yo, what's up?
Hey, what up?
Yo, I was reading it and I thought Nami had the homies protecting her.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
she
thinking.
did. She did.
Right?
Well, okay, yeah. So there's the saving grace, but
Well, I mean, we don't really know what that fucking tree can do.
The tree is apparently very powerful.
I mean, I don't fucking know, bro. Maybe she's hid inside of it and he couldn't attack her or something.
That's what it looked like. But that's what it looked like happened too. That she was inside of it.
Mm.
But yeah, I do like how Cracker was dealt because like everyone was saying he's going to be the Bluno of this arc, and there we have it. Luffy brings out a new ability and completely washes him.
What?
Yeah.
That's offensive. I take offense to that.
Because like it really, because when you really put it down to it, if like Uruj, like let's say has this karma fruit, and this karma fruit was able to deal with a commander, where the commander's doing damage to Aruj, and then he did all that damage back at once, and you can assume that's how he defeated it. Then Luffy did the same right now, except better, as in like Cracker did damage to Luffy, except Luffy absorbed it all and then pushed it back in his face at 10 times the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking, actually, this is so hilarious, because what if Luffy ends up using the Tankman form versus Big Mom? There's just two fat motherfuckers fighting each other.
That'd be very funny.
So,
don't know. Sorry, did you notice, guys, that it said tank form full version?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
We're
Yeah, I think
probably
that has
not
something
gonna.
to do with
We're probably not gonna see this version again unless he's full.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, unless he eats it like a shit ton.
No, yeah, true.
So,
I agree with that, but it can mean two things. Maybe he has a version, but he's just not that big like that, but it's still Tankman.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
It could either be that, or it could be like what you're saying, where we just don't see it again unless he gets full.
Oh, I know what Ty's saying. Like, maybe he can, like, decide, like, what size he is. Like, maybe he has, like, a 50% version, for example, where he doesn't use as much hockey.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Like, he could do Tankman, he just won't have that size again. Like, this arc has given him a
not
special
always going to
size.
be eating for 11 hours before using it.
Like for instance, he might have to like stockpile, like, you know, when he has like food with him sometimes in Axe, he might have to like carry some with him, eat it, and then he can do like 20% or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another thing is, did you guys talk about like the rubbery haki?
Kind of.
That is confusing me
yes.
a lot.
It's kind of weird. But I think it's absorption and like defense. So he's not actually taking on the attack, he's absorbing it.
Because what I was saying, like, he was able to cut Luffy in his normal Gear 4 form.
Yeah, exactly. It's very strange.
But hold on, if I'm not mistaken, when he did that, he cut Luffy in his arm where he didn't have the black hockey at. When he cut him now, he cut him directly in the black hockey. So it was like Dofi, where it's like, what's going on?
He cut Luffy's arm, and Luffy's arm was covered in haki.
No, I'm telling you, he cut the part of Luffy's arm that didn't have hockey in it.
When he's in
Are you
Gear
sure?
4,
Yeah, because remember, Gear 4th is like
Remember his arms.
75% arm in hockey. It's not his whole body, so he
His
cut.
arms are covered though.
Yeah, his arms are covered in hockey.
We should check. I think he cut the part of his arms that didn't have hockey.
Yeah, I checked it.
No, he
It's
does.
covered in
Wait,
hockey.
yeah, he does. I have the picture right here. I was going to link it in chat because I was going to ask.
Well, the thing is, why didn't
message not
Cracker use hockey on these packages? Did
I think
I know
did.
send links in chat.
Or no. Hold on, let me look at it.
because it's not black. The sword is just white. It's just.
I linked it in the Google Hangouts chat.
It might be an error on Oda, but I don't know.
Yeah, Oda did make an error in this chat or in this chapter because Luffy doesn't even have the scar on his chest. In the
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Another thing also is like Cracker never has been shown, like he has been said to be using it, but he's never been shown to be using haki. Even this chapter when he does honey pretzel, or all the other things, he's not.
Yeah, that's what. Someone said in the comment section that because he was basically fighting for 11 hours and he's basically run out of haki too.
yeah, I can see that because he's been probably trying to put his hockey on the biscuit soldiers.
Yeah, he's probably
Honestly, it
like
looked like
using
he was
too
out.
much hockey.
It looked like he
That
was
has something to do with him being KO'd. Like if Luffy would have did that from the jump, he would have still had energy. But I think the 11 hours wore him down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That wore him out. That wore him out.
The other thing, even if like he cut Luffy's arm with hockey before, you gotta keep in mind that his arm isn't gonna be as rubbery and as like repellent as his stomach is. His stomach acted like a what you call it, like a punch, not a punching bag, like a like when you in a car and you crash and that thing comes out.
Yeah,
That's what his stomach did. So he wasn't able to cut through that and it bounced back.
I linked the picture in Google Hangouts in the chat and YouTube. So it looks like Cracker does have hockey on his sword. It could just be the coloring though.
Yeah, it does have. It's black.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But he didn't.
He does. Yeah, crazy.
Yes, he ran out of it. Because
Yeah,
wasn't
he
he
probably
wheezing?
ran out of hockey.
He was wheezing early in the chapter, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was wheezing like.
Yeah.
It was weird.
just a really badly drawn chapter.
Another thing as well is, did you guys discuss who is stronger, Luffy or Cracker, like in terms of overall strength?
No, we didn't.
Cracker.
I would still say
if Nami
Cracker.
wasn't there,
Yeah,
Luffy
exactly.
would have
Yeah,
had problems.
because I think it's pretty evident, and people will probably still argue it.
Because Nami was basically his devil fruit countered 100%.
Yeah.
So that's a huge.
So I wanted to pose a question. What do you guys think would have happened if Luffy uses if he used it tank mode against Doflamingo?
Doflamingo, yeah.
He would have
I
lost.
don't think it would have worked. I think
Nah, it
he
would have worked.
Well, when he first went Gear 4th, what did Dofi do? He kicked him, right? That could have
Yeah, but
worked.
Dofi's not gonna get one hit, right?
Yeah,
Well,
but that
Luffy-
also probably comes into play the fact that he probably needs food to go into the full version, which is
And also, you have to take Cracker's durability, but he doesn't like pain like that.
Yeah, it doesn't like pain, and Dofi can take hits.
Yeah, Dofi taking hits. So
And Tankman or whatever doesn't seem like it has the speed he needed for Doflamingo.
Yeah,
like Gear
is that
4th let
flying?
him
I
fly.
don't think so.
do you guys think Tankman was like Luffy's like last resort? Like shit, let me just try this, or was he like based on him
No,
running around
I
for
think
11 hours?
I think it was because specifically he was eating so much.
yeah. Theory, do you think that that he had Tankman planned before, or this is just like something he made off the spot?
the way the way it's written is the way it's written this chapter. It seems like he came up with it on the spot, but he didn't. Because like it's pretty evident how you've got bounce man form or whatever, and the fact that this is tank form full version suggests that he has like other versions. Maybe this is the first time he's ever used full version ever.
I think
Yeah,
full
yeah,
version
I agree.
is the one thing that can be debated, because I think I interpreted full version as just like he kept saying full this chapter, like I'm gonna use my fullness against you. So I think full form just meant like he's full, like it's the full.
Yeah.
Form. I think
Yeah.
that Tankman was planned, but full form was just kind of
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Cool, so we agree.
And how
So-
is
In a way, it almost seemed like it was Gear 4th still, just like since he
Yeah.
was so big and fat, it took a
Yeah.
different form.
That's another
Is it-
thing I wanted to say. Like if let's say because he uses the muscle balloon, so that should
Yeah.
like proportion out his body the same as Gear 4. But I
So-
reckon because he's so fat, it was just like that was the new form because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Nami in this chapter says he says, "Whoa, he got even bigger." But I'm like, I wonder if she was saying that because like Gear 4th form made him bigger, or because he used the Tankman form before, but it wasn't as big. You know what I mean?
I think
Maybe-
she saw Gear 4th first, Bound Man, then she saw this one. So it was like
True. Okay.
it's way bigger.
Because I mean, that could explain maybe how he lasted so long because he kept using the
The Tank Man.
yeah. But even then, at the same time, that wouldn't make sense because why would Cracker just fucking attack into him if he knew what the ability did? So.
How strong? Because this is brought up in the chat just now. That Luffy didn't use King Kong gun. Which move do you think is stronger, Cannonball or King Kong gun?
Cannonball, I think.
King Kong gun.
Gun. King Kong gun.
I think for
No
this,
way.
Well,
The
this-
move,
for this,
the move
this
Luffy
fighter,
used was
yeah.
more like a counter, so that,
Yeah.
that shouldn't take a lot of energy.
For this
I think
fighter,
that-
I think Cannonball is perfect because you can attack his actual body. If he
Nah,
goes,
but the thing is like
then I think he can block it.
he reflected the damage and he did even more damage.
Yeah, I think. He
I
did
think that Tankman has its own finisher move that we haven't seen.
That's what I'm
Maybe
saying. I
that
want
was
to
just like a base move
Isn't
of
that
Tank
it?
Man.
Cannonball is because I don't. What else
I
can
don't-
he do?
I don't think it's. I mean, he
I
could
don't-
use his body.
Actually, I changed my mind. I think King Kong gun's stronger because like he Luffy was reliant on Cracker's soldiers being hard. He like had to tell Nami don't make them soft because he needed them to be able to damage Cracker
Yeah.
when they launched.
Well, I think Cannonball's strength depends on the attack. Obviously, it
Yeah,
depends.
yeah.
Yeah,
It depends on the speed. It depends on the environment. It depends on a lot of things.
depends on like the fighter too. Like it was,
Yeah,
it was
'cause
just
we-
perfect.
yeah. Some person in Brago's chat brought up the fact that there's a thing in like chapter 667, Luffy was talking about how Rayleigh taught him that he needs to reflect attacks and you can do twice. Here, I'll just link it in the chat so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the chapter 667.
Yeah, your theory. Look at that.
What's this?
Read the top two panels.
Really taught me how to just reflect fucking things. Simply defense. Oh, is that where you got it from?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Rayleigh might have taught him gave
And
him
he's
an
using
idea.
the same.
Also, I don't know
Yeah, I
if you guys
remember.
remember. when Luffy combined Gear Second and Gear Third, it was called Gigant Jet Shell, and it looks a lot like this. He literally basically looks like it.
I don't remember that. To be honest.
Maybe it's I don't know.
But here's a question then, because everyone is in the chat clearly saying King Kong Gun is stronger than Cannonball. If King Kong Gun was stronger than Cannonball, how come Luffy never used it for the 11 hours?
I don't think it's stronger than Cannonball.
I think he figured it wouldn't work.
I linked the Gear Second, Gear Third thing.
I feel like wouldn't Luffy be passed out for like 2 days or something?
He would be. I mean, it seemed like he would be affected by it as well.
I mean, the thing is
I think the Tankman is more. It doesn't use as because I don't think Luffy is in use. There's no steam coming out of Luffy and Tankman, is there?
No, I don't think so. But
I think it's more efficient than.
No, there is steam coming out. There is steam coming out.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they say it's because obviously he has people around like Nami and stuff like that. They're very close to the fight.
Cannonball itself is stronger than a regular Kong punch because it breaks two like 3 soldiers.
Yeah,
Kong
it is
punch
reflecting that.
Kong punch. Like, regular.
What happened to Randolph in Pound?
They're with
they
Nami.
wanna get out.
Isn't Nami controlling them though?
Randolph?
Which one's Randolph? I don't. Oh, the fucking rabbit. I don't know.
Yeah, because she has the Viver card.
Oh yeah, Pound the apple juice man. What the hell happened to him?
He went to get his apple juice.
Oh, good. He needs it.
Next chapter, you're gonna find out Pound was behind everything.
I remember like chapters ago that like we needed Pound to assist Luffy. We needed Jinbei. We needed people. I'm glad Nami helped because like I can accept that. And I would like to say also, everyone who in all the other streams I've been in and wherever else I've been on Twitter, whatever, who was saying Nami didn't help Luffy, the homies didn't help Luffy. Please sit down.
They're saying I have to see. Yeah, Nami played a big role. Like if she wasn't there, he'd lost. So.
Hold up.
Did you check
like,
out the?
I'm not trying to disagree with anybody. I just want to say that because people is bringing in that like Nami helped. But like what I want to say about from what I thought the fight happened, it seemed like at first it was the homies, Brule and Brule versus Nami and Luffy. Then Cracker came, so it was Cracker, Brule, and the homies versus Luffy and Nami, and then you could say Pound too. So you know Luffy people still stayed there. Brule got kind of knocked out the fight, so it was a 3-on-3. But Brule got knocked out. Nami was able to control the homies, and Luffy fought Cracker. So to me, it was a fair fight still. It's not as like when people's making it say to where it's like they cheated or they had an extra person because it was a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3 to begin with.
I don't know. I think you're looking too much into it because like if Nami didn't have that Viver card, they're losing the fight 100%.
Luffy could king. I'm pretty sure probably every single one of them except for the big tree and maybe Randolph. Luffy could just kings hockey all of them and knock them out anyway. So it's not that serious with the homies anyway. Yeah, and with Brule, it was Brule versus. Remember, Luffy fought Brule for a while. Brule was copying him and everything. So it's like people just forget about that. Like forget about Luffy versus Brule, and they just talk about Nami helping him. What about the other side of it, where it's like that Cracker cheated. He had Brule helping him at first. You know, you got to be fair.
Yeah, he has a point.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
It's just like it's pirates, and this just kind of displays how.
I understand what you're saying, but like at the same time, are you really gonna say that like the stuff that Brule did to Luffy is the same thing as Nami completely negating Cracker's Devil Fruit?
She was pretty much copying him, pretty much negating his power, but versus her though. You know what I mean? Like she stalled and she took a lot of his energy if you think about it. Like I was like I didn't even like that part because I'm like, yo, she's like, what's his name? And she's like, you know, occupying Luffy's time, taking up his energy.
Yeah. I don't think that this discredits Kid at all because people are saying, oh, like Cracker was defeated this easily. Like, what does this say about Kid? Because I think that I don't know, the stars aligned for Luffy to be able to take out.
Yeah, exactly. Cracker. His appetite, his devil fruit helped. He had Nami helping. You know, like if he was if Cracker had Mr. Number 3 fruit, Luffy wouldn't be able to eat it, and he would have lost sooner.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Unless he really had something up his sleeve that could have took him out, which I don't think he has.
Yeah,
Like, you guys think that Luffy has another move? Like, I think he has 3 forms of Gear 4th.
You might have another one.
Yeah,
the
definitely
last
has at least
speed
one
or whatever.
I'm sure he has more. Seems like he's just doing shit and trying shit that I think he does.
I'm just like wondering what it could be because, like, I mean, Gear 4th was like power, and like that was like defense. What else could it be?
I don't know if he's gonna get into another actual fight. Well, obviously the next one would be speed, right?
Yeah, but like using Gear 4 speed as well or no?
I think it's the balance. I think he's still in Gear 4th form, the normal one. The first one,
maybe.
I don't think he'd be able to keep up with like Kizaru or faster people in the One Piece world. I think he still needs more speed.
Maybe okay, so maybe Gear 4th is like the balanced one. Like it has like a little bit of everything: defense, power, and speed.
Yeah.
And then like Tankman is like mainly defense, and then like there might be one where it's like Gear 3rd where you can only use it on one attack, and it's like only power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was looking on the new form he has, like the design. It seemed like the scar went away on his chest.
Yeah, everybody was saying
that.
Probably an error.
I think I'd like to bring up also that people are saying, "Oh, like you just discussed a minute ago, where does Kid lie?" and stuff like that. And if defeated, quote unquote, so easily, he wasn't defeated easily.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Well, we don't know.
I still say
it wasn't easy. Like he was there for 11 hours, guys. People are gonna argue.
You're saying Luffy versus Cracker?
Yeah. If Nami wasn't there, right, he could have used maybe King Kong gun, and that would have been a wrap. But if that's the case, he had 11 hours to tell Nami to peace out, so he can do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, he couldn't because then he'd be out of commission, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's only for 30 minutes.
True.
You can easily gain back his hockey.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't an easy fight at all. Luffy was overwhelmed by.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't an easy fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luffy just made it look like it was easy. He was like, "I'm gonna see Sanji."
Yeah, it's just like one of those things where I think Oda didn't want the arc to go out too long, so he kind of just skipped most of the fight.
But I don't know, because people could say, why didn't he use Tankman earlier and just do that?
Like, I think if Oda wanted to put like more emphasis on the fight and like make it like drag out, he could have made it look like an insane fight.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I think if we wasn't following Luffy, if Luffy wasn't the main character, this could have been like a 2-day fight or something. So I feel like this wasn't a 5-day fight, but it was like an 11-hour fight. So which made it like it was that tough of a fight.
Yeah, it also could have been for time management to the wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
So it's been like 11 hours. So what has Bropper and Carrot been running around for 11 hours? What has
essentially
Pedro and Brook been doing for 11 hours?
They should be at the castle by now, right?
Like, the thing is like, okay, think about like the Doflamingo fight. Like, we got like every single second of it basically, and like it was probably like, I mean, they don't really give us a time, but we can assume it was like 3 hours or something like that. Something like 4 hours. Let's just say for.
We mean like the whole fight?
Yeah.
I thought, if I'm not mistaken, I thought because we thought this fight got skipped anyway. So I thought when we went to Big Mom, that said like 24 hours later, but Oda took it back like 12 hours to show us the ending of the fight. So don't we kind of already know what happens 12 hours in advance, pretty much, that Luffy still didn't get there yet? He's going to get there later, if anything?
No, Cracker and Luffy start fighting at night, and it was morning when Big Mom asked.
Yeah, it said
the next morning.
It said it like it was like 24 hours later.
No, it didn't say 24 hours later. It said the next day. It said the next day. So it was the morning after. So it implied they'd been fighting all night.
Yeah, or maybe the fight was over, but he didn't reach her yet, or she didn't hear if he beat Luffy.
Yeah. Okay, no. This is the timeline. Okay, they start fighting, right, and then it says the next day. Okay, and then we see the Sanji stuff, and they're getting ready and they're eating breakfast, and then they're about to leave the party, and that's when it shows Luffy and like the fight ends.
All right, but hold on. But when they show the fight again, it says 12 hours later from the first fight is what I'm saying. That like they kind of went back in time for us to see the ending of this fight. Like we still know a little bit.
Didn't this chapter say 11 hours later?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's like an hour before Big Mom.
Did it say 11 hours later? I thought.
Yeah, it said 11 hours later, but not 11 hours later from what we currently been seeing. They meant like 11 hours later from the first fight we seen between them.
I think the time Big Mom was saying things about Luffy is when Luffy actually beat Cracker.
Okay, no. This is what it says. It says
50 timeline.
Listen. It says 11 hours since the beginning of the battle between Luffy and Cracker.
Yeah, since the beginning of the battle. That's what I'm saying. So maybe Luffy took like a 10-hour rest or something, and he's on his way to Big Mom now. But 24 hours later, he didn't reach Big Mom yet because Big Mom was like when it was like a day later.
No, but it was the next morning.
Yeah, it was the next morning, so it was
probably like 8 hours.
12 hours or so.
Yeah, maybe 8 to 12 hours.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, so like I said this before, I'm gonna say this again. I still think Kid is stronger than Luffy. I'm telling you, he's still stronger than Luffy. It's like every situation that people use to discredit him. Like you think Luffy would have beat Luffy wasn't beating Kaido. If Luffy would have fought that same commander as early on as Kid did, even though we don't specifically know, but I'm pretty sure Kid went early since they said his name first. Luffy would have lost too. It's like Luffy, it's like, yeah, he beat Cracker, but we don't know what a lot of Kid's potential is hidden from us besides what we've seen him do before. So I feel like Kid is still stronger than Luffy. But that's the thing, like Kid could be stronger than Luffy, but he's just showing us like he's just bringing up his L. So when we see, it's like Kid started from the bottom. You know what I mean? So like we getting to see all of his downfalls, but we're gonna start seeing his greatness. Like, oh, it's not. It is nice.
I think this is going to be really interesting though, because if Cracker's out of the picture, that means we're going to have another obstacle. That's going to be even greater.
Bobbin.
We should.
Well, do you guys think Luffy's going to have another fight this arc?
Because if
he should have another fight this arc, because they did a Rose grimy. They made him fight somebody, and they made him fight Cracker. So it's only right if somebody else comes and fights Luffy. They don't got to do it right away though, but I'm pretty sure that like somebody else got to fight Luffy now.
Like for example, because like I like to compare these to the old arcs, such as I say every time, Dressrosa, Alabasta, Fishman Island is Island Park, etc. The next version of that. This is supposed to be, if we go following that route, this is supposed to be the new Water 7/Enies lobby, and like everyone predicted, Cracker was washed like Bluno with a new form or a new attack. If that's the case, that means there's going to be other top tier people, like slightly above Bluno, let's say, such as Giabra, who that maybe Sanji's going to have to fight. Maybe Luffy's going to have to fight one of them. You know, maybe, yeah, you know, stuff like that. There's going to be a character for each member of.
Well, if we go by that, it would be Jinbei fights one of the Sweet Commanders, Sanji fights the other Sweet Commander, and then Luffy fights Big Mom.
Brook fights Tamago, right? Tamago.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Pedro? And Carrot.
I mean, there's a lot of characters that we.
I want to see a Brook fight.
I don't think that would happen. Like you got to remember that if Jinbei takes on a Sweet Commander and if Sanji takes on another Sweet Commander or whatever, that's pretty much Big Mom. All her commanders done, and if all her commanders is finished, then they might as well just take her out next. So I don't think her whole pirate crew is gonna fall like that this arc. So I feel like, you know, Cracker's defeated. She might send one other person, but I think
there could be people that aren't even related to Big Mom that we fight.
Yeah, like Germa.
Or all the guests that are going to be at the wedding.
I think it's going to be more than just us fighting them. I think that, you know, Capone's going to be in the mix. Jinbei and his lot are going to be in the mix.
Yeah, I think.
There's going to be guests.
I think it's enough confusion will probably happen to where Luffy could just, because remember, he wasn't going to fight Big Mom anyway. So I think enough confusion will happen where Luffy could just get out. You know, like he might want to fight, but Nami could be like, come on, this is our chance. Let's go.
Yeah, who knows?
Tough call.
The Kid is not strong.
But you get what I'm saying, the way like if Jinbei takes one out and Sanji takes one out, she has no more top tier people in her crew. It's just her now. You know what I mean? She has not. It's like at that point, Luffy might as well take her out.
Luffy's not taking out Big.
And I don't. No,
but you gotta listen, Brago. Though, like military, like she's as strong as Whitebeard is. He still had Marco, Jozu, Vista. He still had people. If Luffy takes all her commanders out this arc, like all her main commanders, even though Luffy probably can't 1v1 her, it's like she might as well like, you know, just die this arc. You feel what I'm saying? If they're gonna take all her people from her.
If we don't think that Luffy's gonna fight Big Mom,
what Ty is saying is, if this arc is gonna lead up to her commanders being defeated, what is the point of her as a character for the future? Because she doesn't have a crew.
yeah, and everyone does agree.
I mean, they don't have to be
they're not gonna fight her. So
Yeah,
They don't have to be killed. They can come back. You know.
But like what happened, like we don't know if the one that Arouge beat got killed, though. We don't know if Big Mom like took him off the crew or if she killed him herself. We don't know what's up. So I don't think all her commanders is gonna fall this arc, because it's like, you know, for that, like put it like this: Luffy, let's say Luffy leaves and he doesn't beat Big Mom, but he just beats all her commanders. It's like, what's stopping Blackbeard from coming and taking her fruit or something silly like that, which I don't think is gonna happen right away. So I don't think Big Mom, other commanders, is gonna fall this arc.
yeah, I agree. I don't think the other commanders are gonna fall.
Yeah,
And
I don't think so.
in a way,
I
I think
agree with
this is like Thriller Bark a bit too. And at the end of Thriller Bark, Kuma came when Luffy couldn't really do nothing. So maybe this other person comes while Luffy's out, and somebody else has to deal with him.
What would you do if like Ichiji or like Niji were on that kind of tier, and Luffy had to fight one, Sanji had to fight one, to bail themselves out?
yeah.
Well, I think that could happen, but for some reason, I feel like Sanji could beat Niji, right? But I think
yeah, he would
him
have
and
to if they
Ichiji
fought.
is more evenly matched, and maybe Luffy could take Judge, or like I think or Luffy could take Ichiji and Sanji could take Judge or something, because you know, like that's more Sanji's personal thing to deal with. So I feel like Sanji's gonna take somebody strong, whether that strong person is Ichiji or maybe Judge was holding stuff up his sleeve or something. I don't know.
I think Reiju helps him, and Reiju fights Niji, and Sanji fights Ichiji.
Yeah,
No, but that's her own brother, and she already said this arc. She said, Sanji, this is the extent of the help you get from me. So she's not gonna do that. Like, that's too much.
Contain a struggle. She's not gonna just full on be like, all right, I'm gonna help you, Sanji, and betray everyone right at the start of the arc.
Yeah.
But like if you see Ichiji and Niji double teaming Sanji, it's like she's gonna jump in.
No, she'll help him later, but she's not gonna jump in. She said this is it. Like this is the most of, like, giving him that mask or whatever, the thing to help his face. She's like, this is the most you get from me. I told you not to come back.
That's if they even fight, because I feel like the Vince Smoke, they have other plans anyway. So I don't know, but Big Mom definitely doesn't fall this arc. I don't know if another commander gets taken out. I don't see the point of that.
Yeah, it'll be. I think. Do you place Cracker any lower in your scalings now that he just got one shot by Tankman?
No.
Nah, it is in the same spot.
Possibly in the sense that like he's not necessarily that smart in battle. So in that sense, maybe.
Well, I suppose he was overconfident.
Yeah, he was overconfident. I would say,
which seems to be the trend for most villains.
Yeah, that's not. It keeps trending there. Really.
No, I mean, I think Dofi was like more technical.
or either
player.
that, or they underestimated Luffy.
Who, Cracker or both of them?
Well,
No,
underestimating is a form of not being.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is though, like Big Mom didn't underestimate Luffy. She sent Cracker because she knew he was supposed to defeat him. But Cracker got dealt with not just by Luffy, but with Nami, and
with Nami.
He didn't play his cards right.
No, she assumed Cracker was stronger.
All right, so yeah, like I agree with that she assumes Cracker is stronger, but I want to say, like, what if, like, I don't really I don't support this theory, but you know, I heard it before. What if Big Mom knew all along that, you know, Cracker's biscuits or whatever, and she used Cracker? She just used that fight to fatten Luffy up, because she was talking about she's gonna do the sacrifice and all of that. So what if, you know, she's expecting? Because like I still think she could see the future. She could read minds, or she could do whatever. So like, what if she's expecting to see a big Luffy? You know?
I think, Ty, there's like truth to what you say, not the entire thing, but I definitely think Big Mom expected Luffy to somehow defeat Cracker, because if you read what she said when it was the next morning, she said, "Is this all you've got?" Like as in, like, why haven't you defeated him already?
Yeah.
Like why are you not here before me? Like, you know, talking crap to me like you did over the phone.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. It's like she wasn't even up. Like it's like she wanted Cracker to lose, and it's like she wanted him to win. So like she didn't seem upset about it. So she could be testing him in a way.
I think she is.
she did say that. I don't think she's gonna get to succeed, but she did say something about like sacrificing Luffy at the tea party.
Maybe. I think when we first ever saw her face, I think she said something like that.
Yeah, the music part.
Yeah, that scary part.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember moving it. Yeah, but on that note, we're going to there. Trying to have another stream Friday. Wait, Theory, what did you rate this chapter? You and Ty and Pharaoh. What do you guys think about the rating for this chapter?
Last chapter I give it a 9.9 because the ending for Biscuits was a bit floppy. But
9.9.
Yeah, because the Sanji stuff was amazing, but the ending, no. This chapter though, I've got to give it praise. It was very well written.
Yeah. I gave the chapter before it a 9. And
Brago
for me, it was the opposite. Like I was getting tired of the Sanji stuff. Because it was almost like they was using it as filler at that point. Because we kept getting it, and we wasn't getting Luffy. So I liked the Luffy stuff at the end. It wasn't how I wanted it to be, but at the same time, it was funny. Even this chapter, it's funny. It's like, you know, One Piece got the comedy in it.
I did actually.
We have to remember this is the first villain of the arc. Like this isn't the main thing.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys give it?
which is why I give it a 10 as well. Which is why I was trying to
10.
Yeah, I give it a 10. It was incredible, especially since the
he revealed the new song.
Well, okay. So what part? So you think both the Luffy Cracker part was incredible and the Sanji flashback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Because they work good together.
Not only did Oda make the unity between Luffy and Nami stronger, he wrote in what Chopper and Carrot are doing and what Brulee's doing. Why aren't they interfering with the fight? What Sanji's currently up to do. Also, the fact that the mirror world is visible from the outside. You know, there was a lot of other than the Cracker fight that were important in this chapter.
Yeah.
I
do think that
Sanji stuff was irritating after a while. I was just like, all right.
I really thought there was going to be a more significant reason about the women thing with Sanji.
Yeah,
a little weird
stuff was. I guess it's comedy, but
they're just going super hard.
Wait, what didn't you like, Brago?
I didn't like how the fight ended.
Well, that's the thing.
And I didn't like basically, like Ty said, it was filler at the beginning. I don't know. The chapter's like a 7.
It is. I agree.
Hold on, but we got a new form built, so this
the form. But
it updated us on a lot.
You can't discredit that though. The fact that
the win.
The fact that Cracker couldn't figure out a way to deal with a fat Luffy for 11 hours is kind of so what would you do against someone like Marco? What would you do against these other top tier characters?
Yeah, it's
true. I get what you're saying, but you got to think about it this way. He was kind of scared in a way. He didn't want to show up. So it's when he finally was you know what? I'm just gonna cut you, Luffy. That's when he took the L. You know what I mean? He was better off. His first strategy was kind of better, letting Luffy be. It's when he couldn't take it anymore and couldn't be patient, and he attacked Luffy's was when he met his downfall. So it's sad to think about too.
He also attacked him once Luffy did a new form. I don't know.
Yeah, he was pretty stupid.
No, I think a lot of people are hyped over the new form, and I'm not.
I think the new form, it's awesome we got a new form, but I think it could have maybe been a little more creative or something.
What do you mean? What do you mean it could be more creative?
It is creative. We never seen nothing like that in Dragon Ball Z or in Naruto or in Bleach.
Sure, but this is Oda, so I put him to a higher standard.
What? I think Tankman was creative because it was completely out of everyone else's predictions of what other forms would possibly be like.
Yeah, no one thought about this.
It was very unique.
Was it? I mean, it was predicted that they would have a larger form that's more defensive. I mean, people predicted that.
Bound Man. Bound Man did it too, but it's one of those forms.
That's like saying, oh, I predict a form where Luffy's going to be stronger. You know.
Well, specifically, he'll be more defensive. I don't know. I mean, it's cool and all. I just the design, I guess, was my main gripe. Not that
the designs.
Not that it looks stupid. It's fine. I don't care. It's funny. You know, Gear 4th was goofy too. It's just that it's essentially Gear 4th but bigger.
look how destructive it was. It broke through
I think Luffy's designs are fitting for how the gear works. So it's not like Luffy's gonna be skinny and fucking.
Well,
the other thing is like while I was reading the chapter, because like I was never upset. I was just reading the chapter, and it's like once I read where Luffy was like, Nami, stop with the don't make it rain no more. I'm like, I'm like, yo, he gonna catapult him. It's gonna be a wrap. It's like that's what I expected. So it's like that interesting.
I think I just expected the other forms of Gear 4th to look less like each other. I guess
he invented this in the space of the either the 1.5 years that he was with Rayleigh, or the 6 months that he was on his own. So you have to remember that his imagination and what he is possible to do in that 2 years is very limited. Like he can't come up with some crazy other power that he hasn't trained for out of nowhere. He would have to have built upon the basics that Rayleigh taught him, which is why you can assume they're all very similar. Like he would have.
Yeah.
Gone, okay,
so what this new gear tells me.
Yeah, go on.
What this new gear tells me is that any other forms of Gear 4th we have are going to be based off. They're going to essentially have the same stance because he was holding the same stance, and they're going to all have the same pattern and theme. It just might be different sizes.
Exactly. I totally agree.
Yeah. Well, what if Gear 5 is just like all of the gears combined, like all of Gear 4th's variations combined?
With Gear 2nd.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Or Gear 5th could be the one where he perfects his devil fruit.
I think Gear 5th is going to be something entirely different.
Maybe something else combined, all of them.
Yeah, Gear 5 is going to be something beyond what we're living.
Every gear is like an entirely different concept.
It's probably going to be awakened as well, so
utilizes different body parts and all that shit.
Another thing as well I wanted to discuss is, do you guys still think that Judge is equal or below Niji? None of you agree that he's above.
He's probably stronger than Niji.
I think he's stronger than Niji.
Sorry.
I don't think.
Sorry, I meant Ichiji. Sorry.
No, I don't think he's stronger.
Nah, he's not. I don't think he's stronger.
He could be to me. Ichiji could still be stronger because he was the most. Check this out. He was the most patient, the most relaxed, the most calm. Like the more powerful people, like the superior people, they're usually very chill. Like they don't really lash out. Like you see how Neji was lashing out, and Ichiji was just mad, like calm with it or whatever. Like I think he's stronger. Like he's showing that he's superior in a way. Like he has that what's his name attitude. He has like that Shishomaru attitude or something. Like almost that Itachi attitude. He has it about him.
Yeah, I think
the rest of them don't.
I don't know.
I think Judge
like you have to remember though. Like, like this is kind of I don't know how you'll see what I mean.
Oh yeah, and I want to say this too. He gave all of them the crazy modifications. I don't think Judge himself has those modifications.
I agree.
I think like Ichiji at his max potential, if he reached it, he could definitely be stronger than Judge.
I think that has modifications, but they haven't been perfected in the way.
No, I'm saying what if in Ichiji's case he perfected his? He's the strongest one. Then that would put him higher.
So you said they were perfect. Like those are perfect creations.
Yeah.
But like what I was gonna say is like Reiju says that Ichiji, Niji, Yonji, they don't have like the basic compassion emotions that people are supposed to have. So let's say Ichiji were to become stronger than Judge. There's nothing holding him back. He has no like love connections to Judge to hold him back from going, you know what, I want to take charge.
That's what I've been saying, that he could like
overthrow his father.
Doesn't match up with Judge as far as just taking the North, and he wants everything.
I feel like Yonji.
So we get it back.
Yeah, okay, I can see the flip side. Yeah, I can see the flip side.
I think it's one of those things though, where like, all right, he might be stronger than Judge, but he knows that he's better off taking orders and not trying to run the whole operation. So that's why I don't think he's in the backstab.
Why is he better off taking orders?
That's you. That's how some people like in certain cases, it's better to just like be the muscle and let somebody else take over the operation. And I think Ichiji knows that. So I don't think he's gonna overthrow his father.
Ichiji is gonna kill his father, and his father is gonna like be super happy and be like, "You surpassed me, my ultimate creation."
You finally did the last.
Yeah, he's gonna be happy when he dies.
Yeah.
No, it depends. If Sanji beats him, he won't be.
Or if Sanji, maybe he'll finally accept Sanji.
What if it's like it's some weird shit where he's like Sanji had the most potential out of it all, so that's why he pushed him the most.
Well, yeah, I, had
think,
a theory about that. That's why he abused him.
there is.
I don't think
him to awaken his potential.
I don't think he knew that, but I do feel like Sanji is the strongest, or he's equal to Ichiji, but he just awoken his power later, but his power is more greater. Like Naruto was like that in a way, the way like he looked weak at first, but then when he awakened everything,
someone brought up a great point about Ivankov, right? Doesn't Ivankov have these? She can like change her genes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she tried that shit on Sanji and something happened.
Yo, that's very interesting.
Yeah, because someone was saying like he got the worst trainer or something like that. I think Ivankov is probably the best trainer he could have.
That actually makes so much sense.
Wait, why?
Because the very reason Sanji is not or was not as strong as his siblings was because his exoskeleton and all of his dormant modifications never came through. They were still there. They were dormant, right? They just never like revealed themselves. If he, and you're going like Mihawk is the perfect trainer for Zoro, Rayleigh's the perfect trainer for Luffy, but everyone goes, well, where does Ivankov fit in? Ivankov's hormone manipulation and gene manipulation fits in perfectly for that aspect of Sanji.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying Ivankov is the perfect trainer for Sanji?
Yeah, because he/she could awaken those dormant genes.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff within Sanji with her ability.
And Ivankov is a lot stronger than what people give Ivankov credit for. So it's not like he got the weakest trainer or anything. Like Ivankov is strong too.
I mean, the thing is, when you compare Ivankov to the other two, it's just
people that gotta stop kissing up to.
I just want to say, because like people go like, if that's the case, then how come Sanji got his leg broken by Virgo if he has an exoskeleton? Let's assume that, like, just like how Ivankov saved Luffy from Magellan's poison, the hormone treatments are very dangerous to the body and limited. So maybe he gave Sanji something that can temporarily give him that genetic boost. But then after, like, let's say the fight's done, he goes back to regular Sanji.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen because that's like now he's dependent on Ivankov to where it's like he's not using his own potential at that point. What if he
dormant potential could be monstrous?
Pulls that out, right? Say he pulls out some hormones, right? He's about to take it, and someone just uses a tongue and they just lick it and take it from him or something. What if somebody takes it? Okay, it's like, then what? He lucked out. So I think he has something that it's not something that somebody could just take away from him. I think. But what
if it's something to do with like Sanji's cooking?
What is
he can use his cooking to bring out that.
What is Ivankov?
Yeah, I can see him doing something like that, like eating like a hot tamale or something, and
like Toriko.
What was Ivankov's fruit?
Huh?
What was Ivankov's fruit?
Huh?
Hormone.
The hormone no mi.
Oh, okay.
He can.
People underestimate Ivankov, but that's the last thing I'll say. People underestimate Ivankov.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like put it like this: like if Dragon put all that faith in Ivankov, like we could do the same thing. Ivankov was like probably See, this is the thing. Ivankov looks funny, but Ivankov is probably like just as strong as Anel was, or probably stronger than Anel, but a little bit under Magellan.
What do you mean?
No, I think Ivankov is like a little bit under Magellan, but I think Ivankov is stronger than Anel, and I definitely think Ivankov is stronger than Kuma, but just not Admiral level yet, or at that time anyway.
Yeah.
This is another thing. Like people say to me, or not say to me, say to us or everyone that like Cracker's damage thing. Where if you hurt him, it's GG because he's got low tolerance to pain. Enel's tolerance to pain is horrendous.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Like he got like same with crocodiles. Like their tolerance to pain is very low because they're low.
Wait, hold on. I want to say this though. In that fight against Luffy, his tolerance to pain was low, but at Marineford, he was tanking every hit from everybody, and he was just walking around like it was all good. Like he wasn't knocked out at all.
There's some inconsistency there.
Yeah,
but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like Luffy had to take. He didn't have to, but Luffy he had to take the win against Crocodile before. But it's like that wasn't Crocodile's full power. When we seen Crocodile later, we got to see more of like how much of a threat he is against other people, like Dofi and Jozu and like the other people he faced, like Mihawk, Akainu. Not like he could beat every single one of them, but we seen him giving everybody a challenge. Nobody like one-shotted him or like took him as a joke.
I reckon, yeah, but you know, like when Marco flew up to like the Ace execution platform.
Yep.
Guard came in and smacked him. If you replaced Enel, I think Enel's getting like one shot.
I don't see the thing though is that like that didn't seem like
if he took a smack from Guard, right? Like
we don't know.
Enel wouldn't be able to take it because he couldn't even take Luffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Because Marco was also in his Phoenix form, so he probably regenerated some of it and probably took the damage. And if Enel was taking that thing raw like that,
if Garp wanted to, I think he could. But I don't know how strong that punch was. Maybe that punch was just enough to send Marco back. Because remember, Garp didn't want to do it anyway.
That's like a Kong gun, bro. Let's just send him flying.
You heard? Like I don't think Garp didn't want to do that in the first place. I don't think he put his all into that punch. I think he just did.
No. Yeah, I know.
Wait, so are we thinking Enel didn't get stronger since then?
No, I'm pretty sure right now.
I think we're comparing.
He already had hockey before.
Time skip version, though.
Yeah.
He already had hockey before, so I'm pretty sure like right now he's strong.
Can I say this then? Like it's stated that. Well, it's not clearly stated, but it's very heavily hinted that in the past, Aruj fought Enel and lost. And if that's the case, and Enel has been stronger than Aruj for a very long time, and Aruj can now defeat a commander, I wouldn't put it past Enel to be some crazy god monster, you know.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I agree.
He is the king of the moon.
Yeah, and as far as the like, do you think like training on the atmosphere of the moon could like, you know, amplify
hyperbolic time chamber? Come on.
And then the other thing is that like I'm surprised he was in Burning Blood, so I feel like they're not gonna put him in there. No. Check this out. Like they're not gonna put him in there if he has no more relevancy to the story. So he's gonna definitely come back and be more powerful.
Okay.
Yeah, because like you know, it's true because they didn't put Lucci in there.
There's no reason for the cover story if he's not going to be relevant.
Yeah.
So,
but I got ended there.
Yo, wait, hold on. What was up with that? What was up with
Friday? I got ended.
What was up with that last page where they was all looking at Kaido and stuff?
Like
what was up with that?
Subscribe.
I hope that they make a cover story soon instead of fan requests.
I like the fan requests. They're very relaxing to look at.
Yo, Brago, can you answer that
Kaido?
Before you cut the stream off real fast?
What
was up with that last page where they was all facing Kaido? Like that was fan made.
That is a fan made shit.
That's fan made.
Yo, they went in. They artwork. I'm looking at it. I'm like, what?
Rare panel.
There's a lot of these, bro.
Yeah, it's a panel. It's like Zoro, Luffy, Law, Sanji, Kid,
Hawkins, Drake.
Yeah.
Nah, Drake is in there.
Yeah, so it's like the panel with like when Drake and Apu, it's not Drake, but Apu and Kid, they confronted Kaido. They added Luffy, Law. They added like the supernovas, and Sanji was there as well.
It's Brook.
Brooke is fucking there.
I don't know why Brooke is there. One of these don't matter.
Hey man,
one of these is not like the other.
I don't know why the hell Brooke was there.